I was born in Gothenburg, Nebraska, July the 6th, 1924. My parents were Cecil and Sarah Durboraw. And we had I had a sister at that time, and later on, my parents had three of us, three boys. And our father was a tenant farmer and worked strictly farms. The thing that I remember is we lived in Colorado, we lived in Oklahoma, we lived in Nebraska, and naturally, and also Kansas at that time. And then by the time I got about 8 years old, we were living in Talkywall, Oklahoma, and my father was working for John Paul Jones, a big farmer up there. And then my father thought we ought to move to Arkansas, where his mother was and his brother was, in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So we moved there the year I just don't remember. But I know that the Joneses were just great people, and we enjoyed our stay there. And until we left, we had a great time with the people themselves. And it was high on the hog living because we were we were used to poor folks. And then when we got to Arkansas, Mountainburg, Arkansas, we, my father and I, cut wood, and did everything that we could to make a living. We did that for a couple of years, so I must have been about 8 or 9 years old. And then we moved to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and my father was still a laborer, and I worked along with him. And I guess it was about 1935, my sister, who was 15 years old at that time, died with spinal meningitis. And then my brother Clifford and I contacted the disease, and we were down and out. My daddy was taking care of us, and he got pneumonia. They went to the hospital. He went to the hospital. And we were getting along pretty good, but my daddy died within 4 days. So that left us kids all alone. Johnson, who was a county doctor, sent letters to all of our relatives. None of them wanted us, naturally. And anyway, so we ended up at, in the meantime, my sister died. We buried her, and then my daddy died, buried him. And then after that, well, there was 3 boys left. And so we went to the Rosalie Tillis Children's Home in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And that's where I stayed until 1941. And in 1941, I was 17 years old, and you couldn't stay in the home after you're 17. So they wanted to know what I wanted to do, and I said, well, put me in the Marine Corps. So we went down and enlisted in the Marine Corps.